Hi, I'm Thrifty Tim, and it's a Saturday morning. Look, and there's no big cartoons on anymore on Saturday morning. So, what better to do than come here and join me on Saturday morning with Thrifty Tim, where we talk uh, 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 music collections, movies, and uh, sometimes books and other such nonsense. And that's like you see by the title, I gave it 'tis the season. Yeah, 'tis the season to go watch out the Die Hard and Lethal Weapon movies. Yes, they around all of them take place during Christmas, so what better time to watch them? I'm sorry about that. That James, I'm sorry about that. Being on 2 weeks ago, I was that week had been a rough week on me. I migraines were coming on earlier and stuff, and a couple of days before, like the ninth, I had a fall too. So with the way I was feeling, I figured I better just rest instead of trying to do this. But I'm doing better today. Yeah, and my had and back on Thursday of this week was Thanksgiving here in the United States, which is a national holiday uh, where we give thanks and everything, and it's usually they have spent with family and stuff. My daughter drove down here. My son and daughter-in-law live with us, uh, so we were all together for the and had a good time. And my wife had to work during the day, but she left work a little early. Okay, hi, Mike. Well, I can understand that you can't stay, but thanks for dropping in anyway. And so, and I did do some spinning there. This isn't all of them I've done. Spun in the past four 4 weeks, and well, Calvin said he's working. That's who that was. Okay, so let me show you how what I run. Some of these first few, I'll let you know. You could say we're influenced by Stephen Schnee with the ski lodge. It's a ski lodge that he has it on Tuesday evenings. He shows or he shows has it playing while he talks with the having a chat with the people on his site, and he also does it has a this is ski lodge shows on Mixcloud, which I usually go listen to them on. So the first one is this. What better one than for a show like that? This is Ski Songs. It's I named Bob Gibson, and these are pretty much hilarious songs about skiing here. And then he likes Andy Williams, so there's a couple Andy Williams. This is Dear Heart. Uh, this is from the 60s. I know, I'm not sure what year. It doesn't really say. But it has like Red Roses for a Blue Lady on here. And okay, that's any bigger hits on that one. Some says he has bigger hits. Then there's another Andy Williams, The Other Side of Me. And this one's from 75. And it has because the cover of Love Will Keep Us Together, My Eyes Adored You. The Hungry Years, Bad Eyes, Feelings, and 90 are some of the songs he does on it. Next one, the other lady that was popular back in the 60s. That's Anita Bryant. This is her greatest hits. That she wasn't as much pop on there. Well, she doesn't have stuff like she sings Paper Roses on here. And you probably remember that was a hit for both Lynn and I think Lynn Anderson had a hit with it, and I know Marie Osmond had a hit with it. And, I'm thinking, okay, that's a big one from here. Okay. And this one is more of a album for kids, this next one, but I collect those and I come across, and of course brings back childhood memories. It's the Chipmunks. That this is the Chipmunks Go to Movies. And down here they do Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, We're Off to See the Wizard, The Bare Necessities, Chim Chim Cheree, Que Sera Sera, and those are the ones that, yeah, hi Paul. So, okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and here's okay, here is Steve Forbert, Jack Rabbit Slim. This is the album from '79. The big hit off this album is Romeo's Tune, and yes, it came with the LP in it, and then it came with one-sided 7-inch. It's placed at 33 and a third, also called The Oil Song, and so yeah, and I really like Romeo's Tune. And here's an album that any of you have heard or heard of. It's the Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. This is around their best known album, and of course I know Jay Ferguson was in Spirit for a while, and then he went and formed the group JoJo Gunn, where he had a hit, and then they had a hit, and then he went on and did some solo stuff where he had a hit with Thunder Island, of course. Next up is a Canadian band, April Wine, Harder Faster. This one, of course, my favorite song on this album is 21st Century Schizoid Man. And they do I Like to Rock, which isn't bad. Next up is David Crosby and Graham Nash. This is what is the title of it again? Oh, Wind on the Water. And this one they has, okay, I'm trying to remember. But no, they had the Carry Me is on here, and the Cowboy of Dreams. Homeward Through the Haze. And so, and I like Graham Nash's stuff. So, and here's Neil Diamond. 12 Greatest Hits Volume 2. Of course, this is the one from around, I think from hits from around mid to about 70s to around 80 or so. And okay, yeah. Next up is Olivia Newton-John, Have You Never Been Mellow? Of course, this is some for 70s stuff, and of course it has Have You Never Been Mellow on it, and also that she does a cover of the John Denver song Goodbye Again, and she does It So Easy. Wait, no, I think that's a different one. It's So Easy. Oh, she does a cover of The Air That I Breathe, the Holly song, and also John Denver song Follow Me. That's a song I had sung at my wedding. I was my wedding, and she finishes it off with the hit "Please, Mister Please." And I know Paul likes this one. This is Ricky Nelson. This is a 2 LP set with pretty much a 6 on it of United Artists, and it's from it looks like it's from I can't really. This morning my brain's not fully engaged reading Roman numerals or converting them. That is a little tougher on me. Then here's Chicago 10. This is that album with the song If You Leave Me Now on it. But I like Another Rainy Day in New York City out there also. And it's a gatefold. And then here's one from the 70s. I'm doing some soundtracks. These are what we'll be finishing this off. First, this is Godspell. This is from 73. Around the same time Jesus Christ Superstar came out. They had to play and then did the movie. Well, this was the movie at the same way. This was from the movie soundtrack, and the song "Day by Day" was almost a hit for it. Was a hit here in the U.S. Okay, now here's a soundtrack that a lot of you will like, especially Beatles fans. This is it's the soundtrack to a movie called Dolphus in World War II. It's all Beatles songs, but it's sung by various, it's London Symphony Orchestra with various artists, and this one, and that the movie didn't do too well. The soundtrack did a lot better than the movie. Like the first song on the album was hit off it. It's by Ambrosia. They sing them with the London Symphony Orchestra doing Magical Mystery Tour. Also with Elton John doing Sing the Sky with Diamonds. The Bee Gees doing Golden Slumbers, Carried That Weight. Leo Sarah doing I Am the Walrus. Roy Wood doing Lovely Rita. keep me doing when I'm 64. Of course, with me, that song's sticking to me a lot because I'll be 64 in a few weeks. And then Rod Stewart doing Get Back. Leos Eric and he doing Let It Be. Uh, Jeff Lynne doing with a little help from my friends. And Nowhere Man. The Bee Gees, where she came in through the bathroom window. The Four Seasons with We Can Work It Out. Helen Reddy doing The Fool on the Hill. Frankie Lane doing Maxwell Silver Hammer. The Brothers Johnson doing Hey Jude. Roy Wood doing Polythene Pan. Bee Gees doing Sun King. Status Quo does Getting Better. Bill Cera again with The Long and Winding Road. Henry Gross with Help. Peter Gabriel doing Strawberry Fields Forever. Frankie Valli doing A Day in the Life. And Tina Turner doing Come Together. So that's a good album. It's a TLP set, if you couldn't tell. And, okay, next up is another soundtrack. This is the soundtrack to Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Most of it's musical except for the first song and last song, which is pretty much a theme song. Okay. And last but not least is a soundtrack to Victor Victoria, with Blake Edwards' film, and it's like Julie Andrews was in it, and of course, and Robert Preston, James Garner was in it, Leslie Ann Warren, Alex Karras. So just the line of actors in it. And so that's what I've been spinning. So now just a minute, and I'll get the link up for people to come on. Okay, the link's up now. So yeah, I know it wasn't a holiday for James since he's in on Thursday because he's up in Canada. I know Mike had to leave, so he's here in the U.S., of course, and of course Paul is. Oh, and here's Sir James.
Hello, Captain, my captain. How you doing?
Hi. Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We won't have Jorgen today because he has some special thing in Sweden today. They have Games Day where they play board games or something.
Oh, sounds fun.
But you and I can run the show. We'll have fun. Paul will be up with us in a little bit, I guess. There.
Yeah,
we'll have fun. Don't worry. We'll make it work.
Yeah, Paul's waiting for a phone call, and then he'll come up some.
Yeah, well, I got something new to show you.
Okay.
So
I'll make you large.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know it was Sega George, right?
Yeah.
Well, he sent me this because he got the Red and Blue albums on CD, and he made me copies of it. So I'm going to give my review to. Oops, I'm going to show my address. So this is what it looks like. What it looks like here. So inside is the discs, and I'll read you the songs, and I'll tell you what I thought of the new mixes and stuff. So first of all, we have disc number 1, 1962 to 66. And then we have disc number 2. Now I'll read the songs to you. Hey, that sounds like a rhyme. So I'm only going to say all the way up to the end. It's all 2023 mixes, new mixes. So I'm just going to read the songs so you know they're all 2023 new mixes. Love Me Do. Please Please Me. I Saw Her Standing There. Twist and Shout. From Me to You. She Loves You. I Want to Hold Your Hand. This Boy. That sounds really amazing. All My Loving. Roll Over Beethoven. You've Really Got a Hold on Me. Can't Buy Me Love. You Can't Do That. A Hard Day's Night. And I actually heard bongos in A Hard Day's Night. Because when you hear the regular version, they're kind of like muffled. But then I was told yesterday by Beetle Babe Jen that actually, yeah, there's always been bongos in there, but they're more prominent. They come out more, and you hear each track that I heard on this, you hear Ringo's drumming more in the front. So where was I? Oh yeah, And I Love Her, 8 Days a Week, I Feel Fine, Ticket to Ride, and Yesterday. So that's disc number 1. Now we go to disc number 2, Help. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. We Can Work It Out. Day Tripper. Oh my God, that blew my mind. My jaw hit the floor with that guitar at the beginning. Down, ba 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 ba. Really, really good. Drive My Car. Norwegian Wood. Nowhere Man. Michelle. In My Life. If I Needed Someone. Girl. Paperback Writer. Eleanor Rigby. Eleanor Rigby is a paperback writer. Eleanor Rigby, and right down to the bottom is all 2022 mixes here. Paperback Writer, okay, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine, Taxman, Got to Get You Into My Life, I'm Only Sleeping, Here, There, and Everywhere, Tomorrow Never Knows. So that's that ends the first part here. If I can get the discs back in their place here without scratching them. There we go. Disc number 1 goes here. And disc number 2 goes here. And we put that over there. All right. So we're good with that. Okay. Now we go on to the Blue Album. And we have disc number 1. And disc number 2. It'll focus. Okay, so now we go on to CD 1, Strawberry Fields Forever, 2015 mix. Blew my mind. I was like, wow, what a sound. You hear little intricacies in the instrumentation that you never heard before. But always, when you're doing something like this, headphones are the best way to experience it. Next up, we have Penny Lane, which is a 2017 mix. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, 2017 mix. All right, so with a little help from my friends, same mix. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, same mix. Within You Without You, same. A Day in the Life, one of my favorite Beatles songs, same. All You Need Is Love, 2015 stereo mix. I'm the Walrus, 2023 mix. Now, I'm the Walrus. It's different from what we hear, where you hear that little King Lear speech at the end. It starts off good, but then it goes weird. Like all these different, and then you hear more prominent the lyrics. Oompa, oompa, stick it up your jumper. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. And then it goes into this weird kind of like meow, 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 and like different radio stations are being turned around and stuff. It's really weird at the end. But the first part starts out good, but then the ending gets a little strange for that one. Hello, Goodbye, 2015 stereo mix. The Fool on the Hill, 2023. Magical Mystery Tour, 2023. Lady Madonna, 2015 stereo mix. Hey Jude, 2015 stereo mix. And Revolution, 2023 mix. Now we go on to CD number 2. Back in the USSR, 2018. Dear Prudence, 2018. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, 2018. Obla Di Blah Da, same. Glass Onion, same. Blackbird, same. Hey Bulldog, 2023 mix. Get Back, 2015 stereo mix. Why did they use that for that? I thought it would be the 2021 mix for Get Back, because that's on the Let It Be box set. I don't get it. Oh, okay, 2023 Dolby Atmos mix. Okay, that makes sense now. Don't Let Me Down, 2021 mix. The Ballad of John and Yoko, 2015 stereo mix. Um, Old Brown Shoe, 2023 mix. Here Comes the Sun, 2019 mix. Come Together, 2019. Something, 2019. Octopus's Garden, same. Oh Darling, same. I Want You, She's So Heavy, same. Let It Be, 2021 mix. Across the Universe, same. I Me Mine, same. The Long and Winding Road, same. And then we get the new single at the end to finish off the whole thing, Now and Then. So there's my review of the Beatles' Red and Blue albums. And what did you think, Tim?
That sounds good. I used to have the red and blue albums before I went into the Air Force thing.
All right, you make me smile. So I really, really, really enjoyed these albums. I did all four CDs in one sitting on Thursday night, back to back to back. It took me like 3 hours and 28 minutes to get through them all.
So what do you think of that soundtrack I showed you? All this in World War II.
I thought that was amazing.
And also to let you and others know that Leo Sayer on this, he's actually a good singer, and he doesn't sing in his falsetto like he does. Like he make me feel like dancing and stuff. He's more like when he on his first album and stuff like that. His first album, which is Silverbird, which I haven't really liked.
Yeah. What year was that album released?
Which one? Oh,
this
the movie. I think it was 79. No, 76 actually.
Oh, that's a movie I've never seen. I think it's a documentary, if I'm not mistaken.
The movie was a flop.
Oh, I can imagine. But hey, it's got a soundtrack. I'll give it that.
Because what it is, it's just showing footages from World War II with that Beatles songs playing.
I mean, look at Magical Mystery Tour. It was a flop, but the soundtrack did much better than that. And Now and Then, it was number 1 in the UK, but it's number 15 or something on the American charts because Taylor Swift is blocking the Beatles from getting up to number 1. She's trying to take over the whole listings.
Yeah.
I mean, she's okay, but you know what? Don't be so rude and knock the Beatles off.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the new Now and Then song?
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard it? Oh, Tim, you have to listen to it for the next stream. I want to know your opinion. And there's a music video for it. The music video is emotional. It's beautifully done. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think you'll like it. Because how they took, with this new technology that that Peter Jackson made up called Mal, after Mal Evans, he was able to take John's vocals away from the piano. And when you hear John singing, you think he was still alive today in the studio. That's how good this technology is. Because now that we have this, he could actually go back and take the Beatles' Live at the Hollywood Bowl, and he could make it sound even better now. He could probably take out the girls screaming even more and just have the actual sound that we really want to hear from the lads, you know? I think that would be really fantastic.
Yeah, because make me laugh. Somebody said take out the girl screaming makes me think of the Osmond's first Cat Live album. The girls were screaming so loud that you couldn't hear the band too well on that album.
And even at Live at the Star Club, like live in Germany, in Hamburg. I think he could redo those albums too and make them sound better. But I don't really know how well that would sound because the sound quality is not that good for those ones. But you know what? Hey, they're bootlegs. What are you gonna do? But they sound pretty good because I have those albums, Live at the Star Club. But it's good for what it is. But not the best sound quality. But to have it in your Beatles collection, that's more important to me than anything else. Yeah. So, have you watched any new movies lately?
Well, not new movies. I've been watching various stuff on streaming services. Like I watched a Christmas movie on Tubi, which is Christian based and stuff, but I won't really get into it on here, and don't want to lose all my listeners or all my viewers. But you and I can talk about it after the show.
Yeah, we can. We can do that if you want.
Yeah, and trying to think of some of the other ones I watched. Because I jump around just seeing what's on the different channels. So a show that I've gotten into for streaming is The Librarians.
The Librarian. Isn't
The
that
Librarians.
I've heard of that. Sounds familiar.
It's on Freevee now, which is pretty much it's owned by Amazon now. It used to be IMDb movies or whatever, but then Amazon bought it out, and but it's takes place where it's you could say like a sci-fi fantasy, but taking place in the modern day, where the librarians, but they need to. They need to take the magic around the world and confine it to the library, so that people won't be able to like overtake the world and stuff using magic and
That sounds
all that.
familiar. I think I've seen bits and pieces of that show.
Yeah, like John Larroquette's in it, and that's I haven't been the biggest fan of his, but I like him on there. And
I think the actress in there is Lindy Booth or something. It sounds familiar, that show.
Yeah, it's a good show. There's like 4 or 5 seasons of it.
Wow. So
and
that's
I've been
on
watching
Amazon Prime?
No, it's on Thrifty.
Oh, I don't have that.
I'll try to remember to send you the link to the site over Facebook.
Yeah, you can send it to me on Messenger so I can check it out.
And I've been watching Basha on Freevee also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in season 2 of that.
This coming Friday, December 1st, you know what's coming to Disney Plus? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
And because yesterday was Black Friday, I ordered some films. Well, I can't have them until Christmas. My mom bought them for me. I got Spider-Man 2 because I have 1 and 3, but I'm missing 2 to complete the set. I also got The Exorcist, the original movie. And it was $5.99 for the Blu-ray. I was like, whoa, that's a good price. You don't see that. It was regular $14.99. And it was on sale for $5.99. I said, okay, that's a deal, and I have. And then I ordered, which comes out December 5th, is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which is $35 Canadian on Blu-ray. So I got my 3 movies coming my way, so I'm happy. Hey, Paul, nice to see you the second time this morning.
Yeah, I know. It's been a busy day. As James knows, I was up in Mayos for a little bit, and I'm about ready to head out here in a few minutes to go get John, and we're gonna we're going to go have breakfast this morning over at the Waffle House. So that'll be nice. But you were talking about you're getting some, huh?
Are your kids fine?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Katie's getting over the flu, but other than that, everybody else seems good.
No,
so,
I said, are they fine?
Yeah, he said so. So I'm like, nice. That no complaints there, that's for sure. But yeah, I didn't really have a lot to buy this year, although I did splurge on one thing. And I know some people are going to roll their eyes. Sort of the hint is what I'm wearing, except what it is
Spanguli
is he has a Christmas sweater, an ugly Christmas sweater, and they only made 2,000 of them, and it says Seasons Creepings, and it's got in the middle, it's got Sven, Mr. Tombstone, and Kerwin. And I'm going, because we're having an ugly sweater contest at work on Christmas Eve, and I'm like, what better way than to go get a Svengoolie Christmas sweater? So yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. If I was doing that, I don't get to see until I land in here where you guys are at. If you will allow me, since I only have a few minutes, can I show you some of the vinyl finds I picked up this past week?
Certainly.
Okay, it's not much. I showed this on my last episode. If anybody saw that, hi.
I should say I pronounced that wrong. It's supposed to be certainly.
What?
Certainly.
Anyways,
okay. On your shirt, you know what? He looks like Alice Cooper there.
You know what's funny? This is glow in the dark. So if there's enough light that hits it, when you get in the dark room, this is going to glow. Seriously, it does. Anyways, we got here Nick Lowe, the Abominable Showman. See,
yeah,
Abominable Showman. Yeah, very nice on CBS. Buck a piece. That's what these were.
That's not like me.
From 1974 with Tommy Bolin on guitar. James Gang Miami.
That's one James Gang. That's one James Gang I don't have.
Maybe I will try to put it to the side if I can remember. Put a little bit of soul here. This is the first time I ever seen this album, and it's in really nice shape. And I was just very, very surprised. I think Gladys Knight, always great singer. I barely met her briefly in the 90s.
Yeah,
and then lastly,
I picked their stuff up whenever I come across them on gigs.
Exactly. But most of the time, like they're all look like they stomped on by an elephant. So to find this in really good shape surprised me. And I'm talking about your whole Motown /soul /Stax record genres. I mean, I can't get over how many times, in the wild here, these last 16 years especially, that have been abused.
And they were on Buddha for a while also.
Yeah. And of course, one of the 4 albums named Peter Gabriel. This one here, Shock the Monkey from '82. Yeah, all kinds of fun there. Now, I got a commercial. Sorry, guys. So, if you guys haven't seen what I'm going to be talking about, when you got 10, 12 minutes, go take a look at it. My latest episode of Jukebox from Hell posted. We discussed the 1974 album, Harry Nilsson, produced by John Lennon's Pussycats. We talked about that, whether or not it was a good album or not. You play musical detective and watch. And then I already previewed. And James, I don't know if you ever knew about this album. It only landed in my radar a few months ago, and then I found it for $1. Same place I found the other ones, believe it or not, for $1. And I'm just like, I almost missed it. I've got through the back of a box. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, and the cover ain't so great, but the vinyl is pretty decent. So from 1987, Roger Hodgson's second album, Hi Hi,
Oh,
on
I didn't
A&M.
know about that one. I have his first
Yeah.
one.
Now, I'll give you a little bit on this one, just a little. So, as we know, his first one was in '84, which, of course, that was a really good solo album. I like Supertramp. Definitely, most of their stuff I like. But yeah, so he goes and does this in '87. All right, and this sucker here only gets to around 160 on the charts because I'm told that you get a little bit of Supertramp element, but mostly he starts jumping into synthesizer work. So I'm a little nervous when I hear this. He's got some really good, backing players on this. So, I mean, but Hi Hi will be the next episode of Jukebox from Hell, which will be posted later next week. That's it.
Okay. Make me smile again.
Pretty cool.
Thank you. Oh, and guys, I'll tell you, like I told on Joe's show, it took me 12 years, 9 months. I finally hit 1,000 subs. So,
Nice.
guys,
Congrats.
if you haven't subbed to Thrifty Tim, he's my buddy. He's one of my favorite people on earth. Go sub to him. Go sub to this guy here. Because you know what? We need that. We are the refreshing channels of the VC. There is a bunch out there where there's no drama, no bullshit, and we show music and we talk about music, and that's what it's supposed to. What the? Sorry. Okay, I'm just, somebody is like, okay, what the hell?
Somebody facing the place?
Well, there's this guy. It's Bill. What the heck is Bill doing on this? Sure, just piss in front of me, dog. Anyways, I don't know why Bill is on this side of the house unless the dog ran loose. Usually he lives over there. Anyways, so, but that's the gist of it. But I want to bring up something for 2 seconds, if it's okay, because I know Tim loves this group. And, I really don't quite understand what's going on in the Hall & Oates controversy. I cannot believe, that, say it isn't so. You know what I'm saying? And when Daryl Hall threw that restraining order at John Oates, I bet you he did it in a minute. And when that case was getting started, he probably had a lot of private eyes, and they were watching him. See what I did there? That was pretty horrible. Pretty horrible, but it's true. So the only glimpse of information, because get this, the judge court sealed the documents. So the press can't get access to what the hell's going on. But there was little hints from different interviews in the last couple months that it appears that Hall & Oates were going to be like a lot of these other classic artists were going to sell their music. Like Bob Dylan, Beach Boys, Fleetwood Mac. So there was some issue in regards to that, we think. Now, saying that, Daryl wrote most of the songs. Okay, he probably wrote about 90% of the Hall & Oates stuff, and John wrote about 10. And I don't know. The last tour they did was in 21. They were supposed to go back out on the road, believe it or not. And then this crap happens. And I'm just sitting there going, these guys have been together musically, professionally for 55 years. And I'm just sitting here and I'm going, huh. And the way that they talk about each other, I didn't think they were buddy-buddy. I really don't think that most musicians that are in groups, I don't think they're buddy-buddy, but they unite for a common cause. They try to artistically merit and make some worthwhile product.
Just like the Beatles were buddy-buddy.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing, though, okay? So, and I've brought this up before in different streams, but people always ask, and I did for a long time too. And I'm sorry for throwing in a Beatles reference for a second, and then I'm going to get going here. Why everybody goes, what caused the Beatles to break up? That people throw out Yoko's name, Alan Klein's name, greed, animosity between members. Really, what I bet you most of it was, it all came down to this. In 1957, John, Paul, and George were now a unit by late 57, okay? So they pretty much just about were in each other's peripheral all the time. So after 12 years of that, they just got sick of each other. Family members do that too. So it's like looking at it that way. And I'm sitting there going, all right, well, that makes sense. It does make sense. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, don't do it, because the music's going to suffer. The people are going to suffer. So now I get it, and yes, I was one of those people that wanted that band to reunite all through the 70s. I was just like, and from what I'm told, they did almost come this close once, and it was some type of charity gig, but it fell off at the last minute. So, I mean, I don't know. We get the legacy. We get the legacy, and we get the solo work from whoever is still around in the archival stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, people get sick of each other, and I guess maybe Hall and Oates are sick of each other. I don't know.
Like the Beatles were having problems when recording the White Album.
Yeah. But you know what? That's one of my favorite albums. Seriously. Yeah. For a very long time, it was Sgt. Pepper. And then I started listening to the White Album a lot more. And I'm like, I kind of dig this. And I understand that they did double album for contract fulfillment. But if you guys haven't gotten, like, I can't afford vinyl, but if you guys are a love of that album and a Beatles fan, I do suggest getting the 3 CD edition where you get the 2 discs are the White Album, and then that 3rd disc is the 1968 E-shirt demos, because that E-shirt demos opens your eyes a little bit more to the process, and then you get some unreleased songs that never landed on the White Album.
Actually, so, I have that on vinyl. I have exactly what you said. I have that.
Yep. And I mean, seriously, it opened my eyes, that 3rd disc. I'm like, wow, okay. I don't know about you guys, but I am not a big fan of, I don't want to hear 100 alternate takes of a song. It's like, to me, it gets boring. If you're going to play that game, either give us the demo, like the first time, and then give us a take where maybe it's different, and then give us the final product. So at the most, 3. I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, let's face it. Let's see. From what I remember, the most takes, for example, in a Beatles song, you've got different people. You've got Obla Dee, Obla Da. They wanted to strangle Paul after everything was all said and done. Maxwell's Silver Hammer was another one. Both of those went 100 takes and over. And then I'm told that George's Not Guilty made it to about 80 takes before they just said, fuck it. So, yeah, I don't want to hear all 80 takes of Not Guilty. Somebody must be real bored if they want to hear 80 takes of Not Guilty.
Yeah.
Or any other song.
You know what Sega George went to, Paul?
Huh?
You know my friend was Sega George?
Yes.
Well, he copied me the Red and Blue album, the new mixes. Fantastic albums.
Eventually I might get those. They are not a priority to me right now. I've got a few places, music places, that do 10, 15, 20% off or free shipping. And I'm like, I'll just pull the trigger maybe in a year. And then I will, but I've already heard good and bad things about those LPs. I think people were bitching about She Loves You and I Am the Walrus, and how those went. I do have the original red blue vinyl from '73. Maybe if I do end up getting the double discs, I might do an album by album sound comparison to see if there's anything new and different between those sources.
The only one I thought was kind of weird was I'm the Walrus, because the ending's a little different from what we hear with the King Lear speech at the end.
You don't, or you do?
It's different. You don't hear the King Lear speech. It just goes
that sucks.
Changing into other stations and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah. See, I remember buying that single. Like, okay, I remember the first time I bought that thing. I was like maybe preteen, and I found a nice used copy. And I'm playing both sides, but I'm like, but I Am the Walrus to me was better. And I was just sitting here, and when they got to that tail end of that song, and I'm going, what the? And in high school, we were starting to study Shakespeare. And so I figured out shortly afterwards that was the death scene in King Lear. And I'm going, another pretty much, if you want to call it Paul is Dead clue, if you want to play that game with it. But I'm like, that's too funny. And according to what I think it was Jeff Emmerich, I think he said that when the Beatles were recording the song, John went off and said something to the effect of turn on the radio and whatever's. So that showed up. That was not pre-planned. I'm going, how odd is that? Seriously.
Yeah, you got that King Lear speech from a BBC performance.
Yep.
He was just scrolling at the end of the song. But in this version of I Am the Walrus, you hear the background oompa, oompa, stick it up your jumper a lot more clear.
Stick it up your jumper. That's funny.
And then it goes, everybody's got one. Everybody's got one.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, I'll leave you with one last bit, and then I got to go. So this has nothing to do with Beatles, but this has to do with the Tubes, okay? Because I only found out about this week, and I've been listening to this album on and off for 10 plus years. The first album, the song White Punks on Dope, which is like one of their best songs ever. I don't care what anybody says. And at the end of the song, okay, because it's almost 8 minutes long, you get a dude who flushes a toilet, and then he starts cracking up and goes, "Is this thing on?" Meaning, in other words, did you catch that? But then afterwards, you hear a bunch of Japanese get spoken, and then it ends the song, and I'm like, the hell's that all about? And finally, somebody brought up that okay, so one of the lyrics in White Punks on Dope is, "I'll hang myself when I get enough rope." All right. So the Japanese part at the end of that song, there was a Japanese rope company, and it was a commercial, and they stuck it on there at the end, and I'm going, oh, that's even funnier because it applies to the song. You never know.
Well, Paul, before we go, just remember, 'tis the season to watch Die Hard and Lethal Weapons movies.
Yeah.
That's right. They are. I don't care what anybody says. They are classic Christmas canon. It's not Christmas till the dude falls off Nikamachi Tower. That's what I'm saying. Guys, I love you. I got to get going. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. Yeah.
Struggling there trying to get things to go. Yeah. Do you have the original Red and Blue albums?
No, I don't. See, like I said, hadn't before I went into the Air Force, of course, going to take the stuff with me, basic training and Texco and stuff.
Yeah.
And my sister rescued some of my Styx albums and stuff from back then, but and a few others, but not those.
Yeah, and I've got 2 other albums coming my way because I helped AGK with his auction last Sunday, and I was calling all the final bids on the bids, that they were giving out. And Nas Nomad had 2 albums that I wanted. George Harrison, self-titled from 1975, which was Sega George bought, which he's going to send to me. He said I already had planned to. He said he had bought it for me, but he wanted to surprise me. So I was like, "Oh, cool, thank you." And then they had Elton John's double LP Blue Moves that Nas was selling for $7, and I couldn't afford it. But AGK says, if there's something you want, you help us out. I will get you an album if there's something you really want. So I saw Blue Moves. I used to have that on cassette back in the day. So I said, you know what? I want that album. So I wrote in the chat, I said, AGK, I want Blue Moves. I want that album because I love Elton John. And Nas was so nice. He said he'll put it aside for me. You want that, James? I'm like, yes. So AGK says, I'll figure a way to get it to you and stuff, maybe Christmas or something, but you want it? I'm like, yeah, if that's okay with you. He says, sure, no problem. So I have those 2 come my way soon. I can't wait. I'm excited.
For Elton John, I prefer his 70s output.
Yeah, the 70s stuff is good. The 80s stuff is, it's okay. It's not bad. Yeah. But, I've always loved Elton John, so I said, I want that album. Because when I had it on cassette, I didn't know it was actually a double album until the other night. And I love the album cover with all the people in the grass and those old-timey clothes and stuff. It's really, really, it looks like a nice album cover. So I'm excited to get it. I think it's a gatefold as well, if I'm not mistaken. And so I said, no, there was nobody bid on it except for me. I said, well, no one's taking it. I want it. So, I'm happy. I'm excited to get it. And then I'll give my review about it when I listen to it. But yeah, I still have a few albums I haven't listened to yet because we always get distracted by something else. Do you listen to your albums every single day?
I try to listen to some anyway.
And do you do videos, like video reviews of them?
No, I used to a lot, but I don't anymore.
Because people like those kind of videos.
Yeah, I know.
I'd watch them.
Yeah, I need to start doing regular videos on this channel again too. It's mainly been the live ones recently, even.
Ah. Oh, that's a great soundtrack behind you, Pretty in Pink.
Oh yeah.
Pretty in Pink. Yeah, that's a great album. So, you got any plans for Christmas? I know it's early on, but I'll ask the question.
I'm not sure. It sounds like we might be going up to my daughter's for Christmas. It's only like a half-hour, 45-minute drive for us to get up there. And
45 minutes? That's not bad.
Yeah, she lives up in Wisconsin, so.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, that would be nice. A little vacation for you and your wife.
Yeah.
Have some turkey, some stuffing, and all that good stuff.
Well, usually for Christmas, we get like a beef roast.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that sounds good.
Because on Thanksgiving, we have turkey, and my son usually picks up a ham because he doesn't care for turkey.
I love turkey.
Yeah, I like turkey also. So.
To me, Christmas isn't Christmas without turkey. Same with Easter.
Yeah, see,
I mean, most times people have both turkey and ham. So if you want one, you can have one. If you want the other, you can have the other. Yep. So you have your options, which is always a good thing to have.
So with me back on Thursday, I did make the mashed potatoes because the kids like how I make my mashed potatoes. See, I make skins on mashed potatoes.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Oh, yeah. And,
my mom's turkey gravy is the best gravy you've ever tasted in your life. And her stuffing is amazing. Oh, my God. I could eat that till the cows come home. But, of course, you get sick if you eat too much of it, obviously. So, on the dessert front, what do you have? Apple pie, pumpkin pie?
We had pumpkin pie. There was a pecan pie. By some got chocolate decadence cake and a peanut butter or chocolate decadence pie and a peanut butter pie.
Ooh, peanut butter pie. I've never heard of that before.
And it's a Marie Calendar, brand. And my wife made pumpkin cheesecake.
Pumpkin cheesecake. Now you're talking. I love cheesecake, man.
Yeah, she makes this around every year because it's so many people like it.
Okay, I'm coming down for Christmas. Pumpkin cheesecake. I'm so there. Dessert first. I like that. I don't know. Like, you eat a big meal. I don't know how people have room for dessert right after.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Thursday I managed that because Thursday we got done eating the other stuff, but I just had one helping of each. Still have plenty of potatoes, so I'll be having them and possibly a ham sandwich today for lunch. But
you know what's good for lunch? And my mom always cuts up potatoes for me and makes me that for breakfast sometimes. A little salt and vinegar on top. Delicious. Fried potatoes.
Okay, yeah.
I love fried potatoes.
Yeah, home fries.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
I've made them. If you want to call them that.
Yeah, I've made them at times. See, I've cooked that in some restaurants in the past. So.
Did you have turkey for Thanksgiving, or did you have?
Yeah, I had turkey for Thanksgiving, and
turkey.
We got a smaller turkey because it was just my daughter, my wife, and I that ate the turkey. My daughter-in-law isn't much of a turkey eater either, so.
But leftovers the next day, that's when it really tastes good too.
Yeah.
And then turkey sandwiches with a little stuffing cranberries inside the sandwich. So good.
Well, what I do is
turkey now.
well, what I do is instead of doing it that way, okay, of course, do some bread, some turkey on top of that, a slice of cheese, and another slice of bread. Put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds or so.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
So you let the cheese melt onto it.
Yeah. I was in the washroom earlier. What was on that Alvin and the Chipmunks album? I missed that part.
Oh, you missed that part?
Yeah, because I was in the washroom.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We're off to see the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
The bare necessities. Chim Chim Chim. Chim
Chimchery.
Yeah. Que sera, sera. Consider yourself. Those are the main ones, though.
I didn't know Que Sera Sera was from a movie.
Yeah.
I recognize all the other ones.
It's a movie that Doris Day was in.
Oh. Well, I recognize the Disney ones, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is actually a novel written by Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming. I have the novel.
What?
I have the novel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I haven't read it yet, but I got it.
Wow, that's cool.
Hard to believe that it's written by the same guy that has created James Bond.
Yeah, Ian Fleming. Yeah, it's a great movie with that Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays the toy maker is none other than Benny Hill.
Oh, yeah. That's something I like too. I was turning the TV around last weekend, I think it was, or can't remember when it was. That was like last Saturday night, and came across which think it was on Antenna TV here in the States, and they showed the Benny Hill show.
Oh man, I wish I got
This
that
is
show
this is
here.
like at 11 at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite skits is when he's Captain Scuttle, and he's on, and Henry McGee is interviewing him, and he says, "And I want a lovely book all about the ancient Greeks." And there was Andy Rockles, and it was a big giant, and he had an eye right in the middle of his head, and they called them Cycloclips. And there was the Medusa, and she rose out of the sea, and she had no clothes on. She had no shoes, she had no dress, she had no stockings. She was completely naked, and she was pure, and she was chased all over the place.
Well, see, one of the premium streaming channels that I subscribe to, and it's not too much a month, is BritBox.
BritBox, yeah, I've heard of BritBox.
Because my wife and I like watching the British mysteries and comedies both. So
yeah, BritBox had the Benny Hill show on there. I would get it, but it doesn't. So I looked through BritBox.
It has Keeping Up Appearances on there, and Are You Being Served?
I love Keeping Up Appearances, and so does my mom. It's a
How about Are You Being Served?
I've seen bits and pieces of that show. Couldn't get into it.
Oh, that's hilarious. And my son likes it because he can watch Red Dwarf.
Does it have Blackadder?
Yeah, or some of it. Anyway, they did, and
of course, Faulty Towers. You can't forget Faulty Towers or Monty Python and the whole. And
they have classic Doctor Who on there also.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, the classic Doctor Who, the sci-fi.
Oh wow,
show.
That's so cool.
Start going all the way back to the 60s, the 60s and 70s.
Wow.
80s.
That's amazing. So, and they just recently, I'm going to have to pull up the Paramount Plus page here, and because I can't remember offhand, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It'll decide to cooperate with me. What the? Hold on. It's still loading. Okay, here we go. Beloved Classics. Okay, they have NCIS, then they have Los Angeles.
Yeah, they have Sydney one now.
What?
Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, I think that's the new one they got. That's what I was trying to look for. They got Special Forces. The Inspection's supposed to be good. FBI. International.
But my wife and I like the regular FBI. I like all the FBI ones. FBI True is pretty good also.
Oh, they put another Jack Ryan movie up on here that I have to watch again because I saw it in the theater when it first came out.
Which one did they put up?
The Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah.
Criminal Minds they put up.
That was his first book, and that's what got me addicted to him.
And now they got there's NCIS New Orleans. I'm just scrolling through these.
Yeah, New Orleans isn't on the air anymore. But I've been waiting for them to put NCIS Los Angeles, not just current season, but full series up on it.
Trying to find.
And also, LL Cool J is now moving from the NCIS LA to the NCIS Hawaii.
Wow. Man, there's so many CIS and FBI shows on here. It's like
the CSIs I like also.
There's so many of them.
Well, those are the shows my wife and I like to watch.
I've been watching a good Western one called Lawmen, Bass Reeves.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked that one out.
I watched
yet.
the first 2 episodes. I have episode 3 to watch, I think, next.
And I've watched Yellowstone some, and
I haven't watched Yellowstone. I don't know if I'd be interested in that, but I'm really, really enjoying Bass Reeves. It's a really good show. Um, Dennis Quaid's in it as well, and Donald Sutherland. He plays the judge in there,
okay.
and it's really, really good. I think you'd like it. Oh wait, I saw the 3rd episode. Yeah, it's the 4th episode I'm waiting for now. It's really, really good. So as I was saying on Friday, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny will be on Disney Plus for the first time. And then it gets released on Blu-ray and 4K on the 5th of December, which is one of my Christmas gifts. So I'll be having Indiana Jones in my collection because I have the first 4 in the box set. I mean, the last one, what's it called? And the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That one was okay, but this one's even better. And it lasts 2 hours and 34 minutes, this last one, Dial of Destiny. And I think you're going to like it, Tim.
Okay.
You have Disney Plus, don't you?
Oh yeah. Or my son does, I should say. He gets it for free with that because he has Verizon for his phone carrier, and so he gets that and Disney Plus and Hulu for free with it.
Oh, that's cool. So he
With
shares
me
it with you.
With my I have internet with Xfinity or Comcast. They're the same, but I get Peacock for free with that. That's NBC's streaming.
Yeah, I don't have Peacock here in Canada. I mean, you guys get all the good stuff over there in the States. Why can't we get something exciting like Peacock or something? Or
You just need to move further south where it's a little warmer too.
And we need Hulu over here. We don't even have Hulu, but we have a similar thing here on Disney Plus to Hulu. It's called Star.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that one, that's the Canadian version, I think, of Hulu. If I'm correct, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I think. So did you get all your Christmas shopping done early, or do you still have a lot more to do?
We haven't really started yet, but there's not much we're doing anyway. Well, my daughters came in all right, but we're giving it to her early because my daughter's cat that was like 13 years old died back in September, and she's been. But since she died, she's been volunteering at an animal shelter 1 day a week, just for like to help her get over the loss. Well, a couple weeks ago, she adopted a cat. Well, actually, she got it just before Veterans Day, so just before the 11th. And well, anyway, it looks a lot like the one that she had that died, but smaller. And instead of long haired, it's a short haired. He's a year old. She named him Echo, but I have a feeling that he was a stray that they took in, and I think. That there was like a male figure in his past that abused him because he doesn't warm up to men as men have for a while. Like he's still not really warmed up to me too much yet. But with my wife and daughter-in-law, he goes right to them without any problem.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling there was some abuse in his early life. So.
Well, it'll be 1 year on the 20th of December when we put our dog Sadie down.
Yeah.
And just this past September, and I've been practically at their house every day almost. My new friends Martha and Ray, and they have two dogs. One dog's it's a doodle, I think. His name is Java, and their golden retriever puppy is uh is Bella. Bella absolutely loves me. I fell in love with her, and she's been good therapy for me since I lost Sadie.
Yeah,
And I've walked her a couple of times.
golden retrievers are good dogs.
And she, you know what? I tried to pet the other dog. She pushes that dog out of the way. She jumps up on me. He's mine. I want him all to myself. And later on, when we're finished the stream, I'll text you on Facebook and I'll send you some pictures of me with Bella.
Okay.
She's the sweetest dog, and I taught her a trick. I just have to go like this, not even say sit. I just go like this, and she just looks at me. She sits down. She's amazing. She's a smart little dog. But she likes to chase leaves a lot because she's pulled me a couple of times when I've walked her. And they've been teaching me how to walk her properly. I have to get her beside me, say heel, and then we start moving. And then I just went a little further ahead of them while they were walking Java. And I went a little further ahead, just me and Bella alone. So I could see if we had a trust between us to see if we could walk together on our own. And she did perfect with me. She walked beside me. I let her leash go out longer if she wanted to sniff something or if she had to pee or whatever. And she was just good as gold with me. And when I'm handed a leash, here, you want to walk her again? I'm like, okay. I just take her. She's right by my side, and we bonded. So I know we've got a good rapport between each other, and I am head over heels in love with this dog. When you see her, when you look at those eyes, Tim, you're going to say, I just want to kiss her. She's that cute.
Well, when I was kid, I was around 12 or 13 at the time. We got a black lab. See, the mother was one of my cousins that was a mother, and so she gave him to us and stuff, and he loved us, but he could be mean too. Like even my best friend wouldn't go close to him if I wasn't with him.
Mm-hmm.
When he was when a friend was with me when we went by him, my dog was good with him. But the thing is that he was a good sized dog. He was like 85 pounds or so, and like we'd have him on his chain outside in the yard. And well, anyway. There could be police walking along the street, like they'd be on the sidewalk on our side of the street. But before they got to our house, they went over to the other side of the street to keep their distance.
Yeah.
But then, there was a neighborhood grocery store kitty corner from us, and owners liked it when they heard him barking because they said, hey, if he's barking, there's most likely something going on out there. So he was serving like a security for them also.
Yeah. And it's like Sadie was saying to me from heaven, you can love another dog. And every time I hug Bella, it just feels I feel so safe and happy around her. And that's a good feeling to have. I may never get another dog, but I can live vicariously through Bella. At least I have Bella to play with and stuff. She's a sweetheart. And once you see her, you're going to fall in love with her too and say, okay, James, I'm getting on the next plane. I want to meet Bella in person. Believe me, you want to, because she's so cute. Oh, my God. You want to see something cool my mom bought me? I can't open until December 1st. Hold on. Let me get it. Now I got you curious. What can I open till December 1st? Well, whoa. I almost tripped over my headphone wire. That was not good. A chocolate
Let me make you big to see it better. Oh,
advent
advent calendar.
Yeah. So it's got all the different numbers on here, so you get a chocolate for each day on here.
Okay.
Where's number 1? It's hard to find everything. But anyway, and on the back, you get to play this little game here. It says, find the correct shadow for each Christmas tree. Have fun. So here's all the different ones. All right, let's see if we can do this. All right, you see where all the shadows go?
Yep, sort of like that one goes there. Okay, looks like that one's there. Looks like that one and that one. That one and that one. That one and that one and that one and that one.
You know, I think what you could do, because I think they would fit, I think you could actually cut them out and put them on their shadows if you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, you make me smell. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into the chocolate. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. How long we doing the stream today?
I might stop at that hour and a half.
All right, because we're 1 hour and 21 minutes because we're running out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
But you know what? We just soldier on. We try to do the best we can, and you know we're doing good. We're doing good, Tim. We're all right. We may not have a lot of people here today, but we're doing good.
Yeah.
I wish Morgan or AGK had popped up with us. You know, then we'd stay longer and talk more about music. But we're doing good. We're okay. You having fun?
Yeah. So, have you read anything lately?
Read anything? No, I haven't. Not recently. No, I've just been. I started a new thing with my friend Kate. I think you've seen her on my stream before. I co-host with her on Wednesdays and Fridays. We did one last night. So what I do is on Wednesdays I show Blu-ray from my collection. This gets me to watch my Blu-rays off my shelf a bit more. So Thursday afternoons I have my movie afternoon, and then on Friday nights I do my movie review. And then I also talk about on SiriusXM the Fab Forum who was on it, and I explain what I liked about the show and everything. So I do that also on Friday nights along with my movie review. So that's my newest thing, and I'm getting better at reviewing movies. I tried doing a video of me reviewing the movie Jurassic Park Dominion, the last Jurassic Park. I thought it sucked. I thought I didn't do a good job at explaining the movie and stuff, but I'm glad I took it up again, and I'm trying to get better at it. And I'm having fun with it more now than I did, because in the beginning when I started doing that kind of stuff, I was like, I wasn't sure I could do it. But then a little voice in my head said, keep going. Don't give up. Try again. You're going to get better at it as you go along. And I have. And yesterday, I helped my friend Beetle Babe Jen. Do you know Beetle Babe Jen?
I don't think so.
Well, she knows Joe Mayo and everybody, and Doc Dawkins and all that.
Yeah.
So she did a stream yesterday, and I just finished eating my pizza for breakfast. Yes, I had pizza for breakfast. I eat
nothing wrong with that.
I've even had fried spaghetti for breakfast. I don't care. That's what I like.
I used to have chili for breakfast.
Oh, that sounds good. And so no one was going up with her on the screen, and she looked desperate for someone to be there, and she looked like she was struggling a bit. So I clicked on it and I said, hey. She's like, oh my God, I didn't think anybody was going to join me on here. I said, well, I came to save you. You look like you're struggling there. She said, yeah, I was. She said, thank you so much, James. I said, well, I had nothing else to do this morning, so I'll help you out. I'll co-host with you. And then Joe came out for a bit with us, and she did a very long stream. She went for 6 hours and 3 minutes, and I stayed there
Man,
the whole time. I was surprised I still had a voice left. Then I did a little messenger call, video call that I do every Friday with and Saturday with Jorgen, and then I share the screen and we listen to Sirius XM. We go to all the different channels. He goes, "Oh, put that one on, James. I like that song," and stuff like that. So we do that. We have fun like that, and I bring my dinner down here. I eat while we do that, and then after I had Kate last night. And today, you could tell my voice is a little hoarse because I've been doing a lot of talking yesterday on the streams. But you know what? The show must go on no matter what. No matter, I'm devoted to what I do for other people to help them. And even though my throat's not that good, I'm still here today to help you, Tim, because I wouldn't miss out on this because I had fun when I came here. We started this thing all together, and we're going to keep on doing this for as long as we can
yep.
because I love doing this. We all
Well,
love to get together and talk about music, and I wish more people would do that. People
and
are always fighting with each other, and that's not a good thing. People should be doing what we're doing right now. We're
so
talking about what we love.
so like Paul said, we're drama free.
Yep. We have to get along, and I mean, I don't get along with who. I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But you know what? I'm civil with him. I just say hello, and that's it. That's all I can do. I don't cause drama, and I don't bring
mhm.
drama into my streams. No
and,
religion, no politics. Everybody gets
and
along in my
you,
world.
you notice he doesn't get into that much on his on my channel, and
No,
because I think one of the things is I'm closer to his age, and also he likes the stuff we're talking about.
yeah, and you always have some amazing albums. And I love well, you have a lot of John. You're a big John Denver fan because you have an obsession with him or
Oh
something.
yeah, he was my favorite artist for a while in the '70s.
Yeah, I love John Denver.
And
Um, I love his song "Follow Me." You know that
that
one?
I had that sung at my sung at my wedding.
And I heard that song in a movie about a singer. Well, it's not a real, it's a fictitious singer, played by Jenny Garth, and she sings that song "Follow Me."
Okay.
And but she kind of changed the ending. It was like "Follow me where I go." Um, what I do and who I know. Make a part of you to be a part of me. Follow me up and down, all the way and all around. Take my hand and I will follow you. She
But
changed the ending a bit.
well, that wording is how he ends the song. It just doesn't go up like that.
No,
But,
his is lower, but
uh,
but I like that she went higher with the ending. But it's such a beautiful song, and I love Annie's song.
oh yeah.
Da, 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 da,
But
da, da.
my son and daughter-in-law really like that song.
And Sunshine on My Shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy until I get a sunburn. Well, make sure you wear sunscreen out there, John, because that sun can be deadly.
Especially in the mountains.
Yeah, but John Denver was amazing, and I liked him on the Muppet Show,
Yeah.
and I liked the Christmas special he did, John Denver and the Muppets at Christmas. That was one of my favorite things. And I when I was a kid, I wanted that on vinyl, but you know what? To no avail. We had it at the library because I took it out and I listened to it. But you know what? I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores. But I never thought at the time that you could actually order them.
I find buying most of my stuff at thrift stores.
I don't know if it was just John Denver and the Muppets or if it was John Denver and the Muppets Christmas. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up later after the show.
Well, I was going to say we're to an hour and a half now, so let's call it a show. And
yeah, we did pretty good.
Yep.
We did pretty good, even if we had to run the whole show ourselves. We did good.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks. So
sounds good. And when I finish here, I'll go on your messenger, and I'll send you the pictures of me and Bella.
Okay. And so until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.
Amen. That was good.